Hello, dear listeners. My present explanation is for the students studying in English. I will explain today's topic, which is named what is required to solve sufficiently challenging percentage problems. We know that the ratio of B to 100 equals the ratio of B to 100 times 100% equals B percent. And so we can write the ratio of B to 100 equals B percent. If a positive number A is the ratio of A to B part of a positive number B, then A is the ratio of A, then A is the ratio of A to B times 100% of B. We can use the ratio of A to B times 100% expression in the solving of solution problems and in the solving of sufficiently challenging percentage problems. Provided that A is the amount of a homogeneous substance, B is the amount of solution. Let's solve this problem 1. Let's write the text of the problem on the board that so that you can see it clearly. Problem 1. How many grams of each of the 10% and 30% alcohol solutions are needed to get 600 grams of a 15% alcohol solution? Let's solve this problem on the based on the ratio of A to B times 100% expression. We know that A is the amount of homogeneous substance. B is the amount of solution. A is the amount of homogeneous substance. B is the amount of solution. So let's assume that the 10% alcohol solution is needed to get X grams this 30% alcohol solution is needed to Y grams. Then the conditions of the problem we can write A equals x times 10 divided by 100 plus y times 30 divided by 100 equals 0.1 x plus 0.3 y. We know that B is the amount of solution, so that B equals x plus y which equals 600 grams. And from this equation we can write x equals 600 minus y, and then A equals 0.1 times 600 minus y plus 0.3 y equals 60 minus 0.1 y plus 0.3 y, which equals 60 plus 0.2 y. And then we can write this equation 60 plus 0.2 y divided by 600 times 100%, which equals 50%. And 600 divided by 100 is 6. 100 divided by 100 is 1. And from this equation we can write 60 plus 0.2y, which equals 90. And from this equation we can write 0.2y equals 30. And from here y equals 30 divided by 0.2, which equals 150. And so we can write x equals 600 minus y, and y equals 150, which equals 450. And then we can find the 10% alcohol solution is needed 450 grams. This 30% alcohol solution is needed 150 grams. Let's solve problem 2. Let's solve problem 2. see it clearly. 450 grams of a 10% alcohol solution is mixed with is mixed with 150 grams of a 30% alcohol solution. What is the percentage of the resulting mixture? Okay. So we can solve this problem on the based on the ratio of A to B times 100% expression. We know that A is the amount of a homogeneous substance, B is the amount of solution. And so we can write A equals 450 times 10 divided by 100 plus 150 times 30 divided by 100, which equals, and here 450 times 10 is divided by 100 is 45, and the 100 divided by 100 is 1. 150 times 30 divided by 100 is 45. 100 divided by 100 is 1. And so we can write 45 plus 45, which equals 90. And we know that B equals 450 plus 150 equals 600. And from here we can write the ratio of A to B times 100% expression. According to the expression, we can write 90 divided by 600 times 100%, which equals 600 divided by 100 is 6. 100 divided by 100 is 1. And from here we can write 90 divided by 6%, which equals 15%. problem 2 can also be solved using another method. For example, it can be solved by the classic method of proportion. Since the conditions, our answer is 15%. Since the conditions 10% less than 15%, less than 30% is satisfied, this problem can also be solved using a more classical method based on the diagram below. And the problem requires us to find 50% concentration. Let's assume that the solution has a concentration of X%, which must satisfy the condition 10% less than X%, less than 30%. Then we can draw the diagram. 10%, X%, 30%. The conditions of the problem. We can write this. We can draw this diagram. And here we can write 30 minus x, and we can write here x minus 10, x minus 10. X minus 10. And we know that the 10% alcohol solution 450 grams. 450 grams. The 10% alcohol solution 150 grams. 150 grams. And from here we can write this proportion. 30 minus x divided by x minus 10 equals 450 divided by 150. And here we can 450 divided by 150 is 3. 150 divided by 150 is 1. And from this equation we can write 30 minus x equals 3x minus 30. And from here, from this equation we can write 4x equals 60. And from this equation yields x equals 60 divided by 4 is equal to 15. And from here we can write x%, which equals 15%. generalize this issue. Let's generalize this issue. Let's assume that in 1 grams in 1 grams of a P1% solution is mixed with M2 grams of a P2% solution. And what is the mixture? What is the percent? What percent this problem which we are solving now M1 grams of AP1 percent solution is mixed with M2 grams of AP2%, and then M1 plus M2 mixture. Let's assume that of X% solution. Let's assume that M1 plus M2 grams of X% solution. Okay, we can draw the diagram. Let's note the conditions. Let's note the conditions. Let's assume that P1 less than P2 and P1 less than X less than P2. And then we can draw the diagram. P1 X P2 P2 minus X X minus P1, and we know that the P1% solution in 1 grams, P2% solution in 2 grams, and from here we can write the proportion P2 minus X divided by X minus P1, which equals M1 divided by M2. And let's investigate this equation for X. And so we can write M1 times X minus P1 equals M2 times P2 minus X. And we can write from this equation, we can write M1X minus M1 times P1 equals M2 times P2 minus M2 times X. And from this equation yields M1X plus M2X equals M1 P1 plus M2 P2. And from here we can write X times m1 plus m2 which equals m1 p1 plus m2 p2. And from this equation we can write x equals m1 times p1 plus m2 times p2 divided by m1 plus m2. And then we could solve this problem. Okay, let's solve problem 3 based on the expression. Okay, problem 3. Let's solve problem 3. Let's write the text of problem 3 on the board so that you can see it clearly. Uh, 320 grams of 900 fineness gold are melted and mix it with 160 grams of 440 fineness gold. What will be the fineness of resulting 480 gram gold ingot? Okay, let's solve this problem according to the formula x equals m1 times p1 plus m2 times p2 divided by m1 plus m2. And with the conditions we can with these conditions m1 equals 320, p1 equals 900, and M2 equals 160, P2 equals 540. With these conditions, we can solve this problem according to the formula. Then we can write. And let's assume that x is the fineness of resulting 480 gram gold in gold. And with these conditions of the problem, we can write x equals 320 times 900 plus 160 times 440 divided by 320 plus 160 equals from this expression we can write 160 times 2 times 900 plus 440, and from this expression we can write 480, and this expression we can write 3 times 160, and 160 divided by 160 is 1. 160 divided by 160 is 1. And so we can write 1,800 plus 440 divided by 3, which equals, we can write 2,340 divided by 3 equals 3 divided by 3 is 1. 2,340 divided by 3 is 780. And from here we can write this expression equals 780. Okay. And we have already found 780 fineness is of the resulting 480 gram gold in gold. Okay. Our answer result 780 fines. Okay. 780 fines is a 780 fines of resulting 480 gram gold in gold. Okay. Let's solve problem 4. Mushrooms are 99% water by weight and weight uh, 100 kilograms. If they dry out to become 98% water. How much will they weigh? So, mushrooms are 99% water by weight and weigh 100 kilograms. If they dry out to become 98% water, how much will they weigh? The conditions of the problem, we can count how much kilograms are dry mushrooms. How much kilograms are dry mushrooms? Then the condition of the problem. We can write 100 minus 100 times 99 divided by 100 equals 100. We know that 100 divided by 100 is 1. 100 divided by 100 is 1. And from here, from this expression, we can write 100 minus 99, which equals 1. And we have found 1 kilogram of dry mushrooms. and we have already found 1 kilogram of dry mushrooms. We can solve this problem based on the expression, the ratio of A to B times 100% expression. A bit time ago, we said that A is the amount of homogeneous substance, B is the amount of solution, and the condition. And let's assume that we add suppose we add 1 x kilogram of water to 1 kilogram of dry mushrooms, and we can write for the expression, the ratio of A to B times 100, we can write A, the conditions, A equals X, B equals X1 plus 1, must be satisfied. The conditions A equals X and B equals X plus 1 must be satisfied. Then we can write, based on the expression, X divided by X plus 1 times 100% equals 98%. And from this equation we can write X divided by X plus 1, which equals 98 divided by 100. And from this equation we can write 100x equals 98x plus 98. And from this equation we can write 2x equals 98. And from this equation we can write x equals 49. And then we can write b equals x plus 1 equals 49 plus 1 equals 50 kilogram. As a result, we have found the weight of the weight of the mushrooms with a moisture content of 98%. Result will be 50 kilogram. Okay. Dear listeners, finally we have come to the end of explanation today's topic. I thank you for your attention, and I wish you to be healthy in your life. Till meet, goodbye.